Hey everybody, it's Collectible. I'm back with another haul video. I have a few books that I picked up. Yeah, I'm joking. I got a lot of books to show you. Janet found some stuff online, and I went to the new comic book day this past Wednesday, and picked up a bunch of books. I set them aside with some other stuff so I could show you now, and hopefully I can get some action figures, everything that I picked up, and I picked up some. Probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I picked up a bunch of bear figures, like they're tyke, or what are these things? They're what are these things called? With these bears, I picked these up, and when I saw them, I said, you know what? Those used to be worth a lot of money, so they were $3.99, and I got a bunch of different ones, like all the ones that are on the back here. I picked those up. I said, let me collect all 4. And they're from McDonald's. But I checked online. These things are going for like thousands of dollars. I'm like remember I said before, you can ask, but if somebody's not going to answer with what you've asked, you don't get anything, and you sit on what you price these things at. And thousands of dollars, whether it be a comic book, a record, whatever it may be, a pair of shoes, a sword. You can sit there and go, "Wow, I think it's worth this." Well, I compared it to other stuff, and if you come back a year later and you see, "Hey, wait a minute, that's that thing I looked at a year ago or 2 years ago. It's still on eBay. Nobody's bought it yet." So, but you never know. I mean, you put something online and people want it, and it's just that simple. If they want it, you'll be able to sell it for what you're asking for it. But if they don't, then you'll be stuck with a bunch of bears that are. Go check these out. And it says Ronald McDonald House Charities. I'll show you when I get to them. I'll show you all of them. But this was just. As soon as I saw them, I remember they were worth a lot of money, so I grabbed them. But let's go with the comic books. I'll show you what I picked up. I can show you first what Janet got offline, but they're pretty nice. Adventure Comics featuring Supergirl, number 413, and it's kind of beat up, but it was just cool, and she picked it up, and I praised her for it because she's very cool. She's learning about what the books are worth and what they cost and what's cool, and I'd like to, you rather kind of get maybe an older book that's kind of beat up than getting a new book that's beat up. It's not really worth as much, I guess, physically or whatever, than a newer book. It depending on what it is. Now, if you get a kind of like a beat up Something Is Killing the Trojan, or what's another book that's popular, like a Batman Adventures number 12, or New Mutants 98, or something like that, and New Mutants 87, or Batman Damned, kind of beat up a little bit, number 1. And you just name off all the grails that are, or not grail, but I guess you say it's a grail if you're collecting it. Name off one that's newer, that's worth a lot of money, and it's kind of beat up. You might pay a little bit more for it, but I'd rather have an older book that's a little beat up. But this looks really cool, and the character inside is totally different than what he looks like on the outside, on the cover here. So they changed his face, but I don't know why they changed it and put it that way on the cover, but that's what they do, or that's what they did. That's that one. Then I got Batman and the Green Arrow. This is number 71. Brave and the Bold presents. It's number 71. So the Wrath of the Thunderbird. So that's really cool. So she picked up just get some really nice books, and they were like $2.50 each. That one was $2.50. Yeah, $2.50 each. She had priced them all and what they were in a group. Now this is Superman's Girlfriend, number 94, Lois Lane. And there's that. Very cool. Like I said, it's a little beat up, but it's just nice. Like I said, and if you see any books that I put on here that you'd like to see flip-throughs for, let me know. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out a way to do it so it's interesting. Like, I don't want to just flip through it and just show you the pictures. I like to flip through it and maybe read it, talk about it, or maybe read it before I do the video, or just read it live right there and get surprised or disappointed or enjoy the book or hate the book the same time you do. But I don't like the same things you like, and vice versa. So hopefully, if I go through the book and everything, it's just something cool to go through. You'll see the inside of the books, like I said, because usually when I see some of these books, I want to see the inside of some of the books that I see on so many other channels that I watch. And if I don't see the insides, I'm kind of disappointed. Or when you go to your store or you come back with a haul, if you can film the inside of your comic book store, it'd be cool. I haven't done that yet. I did one small video at Laughing Ogre, but I've never done anything at Packrat or Capital City Comics, Comic Town, or any of the other stores in my area and everything. And like I say, the Comic Town, Capital City Comics, Packrat Comics, Laughing Ogre, and there's some more around here. World's Greatest Comics, and like when I go to the Half Price Books, I film those. Well, going through the comic book store, it's a little bit differently, so I'd probably have to ask permission for that. And when I was at the one store in Michigan, I forget what it's called, Salem's Comics or Summit Comics in Michigan. I wanted to film it, and that's when I first saw Something Is Killing the Children #1, and I didn't pick it up. And I wanted to film it because I was finding a lot of nice books, but I didn't ask. I said I'm not going to take my camera out. But yeah, if I didn't ask, if I would have asked, maybe they would have said yeah, because I would have told them I got a small channel, and that's when I probably had maybe 400 or 500 subscribers then. But like I said, if you don't ask, you never know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You've heard that before. So Superman number 190. This was fun. The Man of Steel faces his most desperate struggle for life against beings of fire, earth, air, and water, and the element enemies. See how cool that cover is? Janet loves this one. But it's a little beat up. Like I said, she got them. They were $2.50 each. But it's really nice. Look at the bright colors. And see how they stand off in the background? Nice. And here's Superman number 191. And the Man of Steel as the prisoner of Demon. See, that's different. This is a lot of words, a lot of story there on the cover. But I like to do the videos if I can get back to doing modern age, Bronze Age, and Silver Age books and stuff that I have. I can do some more videos to show, and I'll read the covers off and everything. I hope those got a lot of hits on them. People like that because they got to see the old books that I had, and I read them off and everything. Just flipped through them all, and most of those I got from Half Price Books. Like I said, it's amazing what you can find. Here's another one. Here's World's Finest, starring Batman and Superman. This is number 169. And this is funny. Janet was laughing at this. She loved this cover too. Look at these guys. Some of the stories that they did. Superman and Batman changing the tire on the Batmobile. Look. Oh my gosh. Since I lost my superpowers, it's a job just to pump up this flat tire, Batman. We're all washed up, Superman. All I have left is this broken down Batmobile. Are you kidding me? And look at these two. They're talking about, ha, our scheme worked, Batgirl. Batgirl and I have made those heroes has-beens. The Supergirl Batgirl plot. That's funny. Look at the Batmobile cap, hubcap. Just funny. And that would be a funny book to go through, I think. Here's one I tried to find, and if it's like this in your area as well, let me know. No comic bags, no comic boards. And if you do got them, they have current, but I don't want current. But since I'm going to have to settle for current size, I got to go back and get some at Packrat. They told me last week they had, or the week before they had Silver Age, and that was like the last one. And then they had some more, they got delivered, but there were Silver Age bags on it, but they couldn't get them because they were promised to another store had bought them when they were delivering them, they told me. So they didn't have any Silver Age bags on boards, but they got boards, but they didn't have the bags. And I like the resealable ones if you've seen my channel before. And they didn't have any, all they had was current. And I was like, you know what, I'll wait it out and see if maybe I can find some on Amazon or I'll go to Laughing Ogre and see if they got any. But he was telling me there that they were behind and they were on the ships out in the water and they weren't coming in because of COVID and everything, and everything's behind. Like I work at a job now where we move a lot of freight and everything's blowed out, dock and everything, because all the businesses, I think, are just, now everybody's shipping stuff out now. Certain things are opening up, and all the different companies that are shippers are just overwhelmed with freight because they're sending stuff out and there's not enough people to deliver it. And different places I go to, they say the same thing at their warehouses. So wow. So hopefully the bags and boards will get to the stores soon so I can get some stuff for the comic books that I'm trying to bag and board and protect, even though they're kind of beat up. This is giant size Super 20th anniversary issue Superboy. This is from June, and it's number 156, giant Superboy comic book. That's that. So there's the back. But like I said, it's kind of beat up and everything, but there's the inside artwork. But this stuff is just fun and everything. Here's Superboy with blonde hair, and look, he's mad. He's all caged up, and the dogs are going, and he's got blonde hair. He's taken off. He trapped him somehow. But this one is, you can see it's a little beat up down here. But like I said, I like older books like that. I'd pay a little bit more money for these, but these are all $2.50 each. Like I said, this one I think will fit in a golden age bag. I can't find in the move. I'm still unboxing after about a month. My magazine bags would fit this, but I'm gonna have to check and see if they'll work in golden age bags and fit them in there nice, not too tight and everything like that. Because like I said, some of the current bags, I'm pushing the books down in. I got to be very careful that I don't bend them when you push. Get right down at the very tip in there, and you push and it bends. So I have to be very careful when I store them again. But that's that. And here's the last one she found: 80-page giant, World's Finest, starring Superman, the world's finest heroes together in 6 startling sagas, and Batman with Robin. This is number 170. Look how cool that cover is. Pretty thick. The binding and everything. It's got a little bend in it and everything, a little dirty, but a little cleaning, it'd be nice. You can get it graded. But stuff like this would be cool to do flip throughs for. All these stories like this. Oh, story there. And then it's got like had an ad in here that I thought was cool. But when I flip through it, I mean, I'm not sure how old everybody is who's watching, but if you remember some of the Saturday morning cartoons, everything, this is see all the new Saturdays superheroes. So here's, if I can get this without bending the book too much, this is sticking right here. But some of the cartoons and everything, look at that. Very cool. Mitor, Herculoids. Down here, what's this one down here? Johnny Quest. Then you got Shazam. And this one was Moby. Was he Moby? Moby Dick and the Mighty Mitor cartoon down there. And then Superman Aquaman Hour of Adventure. Superman. I don't remember that one. I remember watching them, but I don't remember it being called that. But very cool. Like I love stuff like this. And then here's an older tale from Superman and Batman. Stuff like this, the cover and the artwork, splash page. So if you'd like to see a flip through of some of these books, let me know, because like I said, I'd like to do those, and I'm trying to figure out how to do them. Like I said, I'll do a review or just read them. Like I did some of my readings. If you check some of the videos that I've done already, you'll see that I did readings. And I tried to listen to them myself and go, I could have done better at that. I should have did this, or I should have did that, or I should have just shut up and just flipped through it, or whatever it may be. Or I didn't do that voice quite right. And I've had one guy, Dylan Pham, he commented on my Ice Cream Man video. He loved it. And he liked the way I voiced Rick, the main character, the Ice Cream Man. And because I was wondering how I should voice him. I say, he's going to be kind of weird. So I said, make it kind of like a voice, almost like the Joker, but a little bit differently and everything. I could have made it deeper, but he just seemed a little weird. So when I looked at him, and everything. And he's a cool character. And I collected one of the latest. I got one of the latest comic books, but I didn't get all of them. I'd like to go back and try to get all of them because I think the story, when I first saw it, I said, you know what, that's a hit. You know, you can just have a hunch about books, and I thought that was a hit, so I grabbed like multiples of number 1, and every time I saw them at half price books, I picked them all up, and I got second printings of number 1 and number 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just have them all stored away. Maybe hopefully I can use some of them as prizes, and I did give away a number 1, I think, as a prize. So, and now we go to, these are some of the new books I picked up. So this is at 15 minutes, so I try to keep it at 30 minutes. Hopefully it's not boring to you, everything like that, because I try to keep these a little shorter than I do the previews magazines, because I'm just reading off information for you, and I try to keep these shorter. But if you don't mind, I'll go as far as I can till my camera says, you're running out of time, cut off, because it'll cut me off like boom at 31 minutes. So here's Alien. I have to read this. This is number 4. And I'm loving the covers. I said, you know what? I wasn't going to pick it up, and I said, you know what? Grab this, because it's just the cool characters and a cool story. And now that Marvel's got it, hopefully it'll be something cool. And now they're doing Predator. If you saw the Marvel's books that I just went over with Marvel's previews, they're doing Predator now. So we'll see what they're going to do with them. And recently I saw a bunch of these stories before this at half price books. I don't know if they're going to be worth anything, but if the story's worth something, let me know. I can go back and pick them up, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be any good. And I said, you know, I really don't want to get Fantastic Four, because sometimes the stories are kind of like, but if you think it's a good story or something like that, I should pick it up. Let me know. Now this, what do you think about the bounty hunters? Like, what's it, the War of the Bounty Hunters? What do you think about that? Dylan Pham asked me about that, and I said, you know what, I don't think I'm going to get them all, because I just got King in Black. But now when I flip through the books and everything, and I start reading the first ones, I said, you know what, that's might be something to pick up. But when they make these crossovers sometimes, like they ended King in Black kind of like let me know what you think. They ended it in a way I'm like, it was just like, boom, all of a sudden, boom, they beat him. I'm like, nobody else came in. How did he get to bam, bam, boom? Okay, I don't want to give any if you didn't read it. But now I'm going to Vision or Venom number 200, and I'm going to see what's going on with that. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to get War of the Bounty Hunters and get them all. But I went back and got this one, so maybe they got me. Here's Bounty Hunters number 12. And I didn't pick up like 1 through 10, because I said, I don't know if I want to get them. The covers look nice, and I said, okay, I like Star Wars, but do I want to get these? And then when I saw War of the Bounty Hunters coming out, I said, do I want to go back and get all of them? But I didn't do that with King in Black. I didn't go back and get all the issues. I just got all the tie-ins and the King in Black main series. And I did go back and get some of those other ones, though, to maybe lead up into King in Black. So maybe I'll do that with this, so I maybe get a better idea what's going on. Here's Prelude Target Solo. This is number 12. I didn't get this last week, so I had to go back and get it. I dropped it. Here's nice artwork. And see, when it's like that, it makes you think like, you know what? I like Star Wars. He's got nice artwork. Let me pick it up. It's not crappy. Here's number 13. They didn't have the one that I wanted, so I grabbed this one. This is with Luke Skywalker on the front. And nice artwork in there, though. And then I saw this one, Star Wars. This Star Wars started off really good. And I was like, you know what? The story's written really well. I like the in-between shots of the books between the movies. So between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, and I'm thinking, I said, you know what? I should pick this up. And I stopped after the first couple of issues, and now those issues, the first few issues are going up in price. It looked really good. So if I can, I'm going to go back and pick them up. So here's some artwork on the inside of here. Like I said, and for fans of Star Wars, it's like, do I get everything? Can I get everything? Do I want to pick up everything? Or do I want, and maybe I could wait for the trades. But I like single issues. I don't know what it is. I just like them. This one, I still haven't watched Jupiter's Legacy, but this is Jupiter's Legacy Requiem. I love this cover. I grabbed this one. And this baby is thick. This is a thick book. So I picked this up. And here's some artwork in here. It's different. Almost, it looks almost like computer generated, but the way the colors and everything are. You see, there's no blacks on there. Just use colors instead of ink, except down here. And it stands out. They're like jumping off the page like that. So that's that. Just a second. Okay. Now we got Radiant Black. I picked this up. I was thinking I'm always going to keep getting this because the story's good. I really like it. This one's number 5. So here's the cover here. This isn't the best cover. I would like to get a different one, but they had various covers up, and I think this was the only one I saw, so I had to grab this one. But the artwork is really nice, and the story is really good. I'm trying to see, like I said, these two are like the guys. They both received like it was a black hole that they had. One of the guys, the main dude, he's blue, the blue one. He saw a black hole where he was with his friend, and he grabbed it, and it went into him and everything, and it changed him, and he has a suit now that he can do all these superpowers. But then when you find out later on in the book, there's a guy that's red that got the same thing, and the blue guy didn't know what to do with it, and he was hiding. And his friend was telling him, you got to do something with it. He said, no, I got to figure this out. But then in the midst of that, the red guy is a bank robber and other stuff and everything. And then the blue guy says, okay, I got to try to stop him. And he learns how to use his powers. When he first did it, he did it by accident, and all this different stuff with levitation and everything. Then he goes and tries to fight the red guy, gets his butt kicked, because the red guy really knows what he's doing with the suit. It's like he just was like a natural. But the blue guy's starting to learn, and they're fighting each other, and he's trying to get him to stop. But I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, like I talked about in the videos of the previews, this power came from somewhere else, and it says those beings are coming to Earth once they find out where it is to get it back. Kind of like God Country, where the new big giant gods came back to get their sword. And they're going to have to either learn how to work together to keep the powers and fight off these things that are coming back. I'm not sure what they are, aliens, to get their power back, or give it up. And I'm not sure how he's writing the story, Kyle Higgins, if he's going to make it where they win, or they lose their power and it ends and everybody goes back to normal or whatever, or the aliens come and take the power and destroy the Earth. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but so far it's very good. It's just setting the groundwork for something bigger, I know, because these guys are just, right now, they're just fighting. It's like they're doing different stuff in the book, and they're fighting, they're learning their powers and everything. So we're going to see what happens with them, to see if they, what happens with them, to help them to understand, should they be working together, or should they be choosing to do good with it. But certain things, like when certain things attack, they always say, like, sometimes your enemy becomes your friend, or at least your ally in times of need, where somebody you don't like, or somebody that's really, you don't really talk to too much, you don't really know, and you thought you didn't like them, then you found out, hey, this guy or this girl's pretty cool. Once you see that you really didn't have much of a difference and everything like that, they were just quiet and shy, and whatever you want to call them, and you were just a loud person, and you just didn't get along right. But then you found out, wait a minute, we all have to fight together, or learn to fight alongside each other to defeat whatever it may be. And hopefully that'll be what he does with this. We'll see. But it'd be a good story. And I guess if you do that with anything, and come up with a story with anything like that, and go off in different ways, you could have a good story there. Now this one, it looks really good. I remember that movie Get Out. I have yet to watch it, and when I looked at the video or the cover with the face thing, and they're pulling the face down, it's on Netflix or whatever it is, thinking, or Vudu. I don't like watching movies like that, because it's kind of like, I don't want to get freaked out. It's kind of like when you ever do something, you're like, and you look back, and if you look back and you go, if somebody's back there, I'm gonna scream, or I'm gonna do something with my internal organs are gonna just let loose. And I got the camera on right now. Nobody's back there right now. But what will be weird, though, just like on vampires and everything like that, you look back there and you have to look back to actually see it, because vampires don't photograph, do they? Will they film? You don't see them in mirrors, but I don't know if they photograph either. So if you look back and then you see something back there, you're like, ah! So, but this is what this looks like when you see this cover, like Get Out. it's just, it's freaky and it's weird and it's kind of nasty and it's kind of spooky and creepy and all that other stuff like the kooky Addams Family stuff. But I liked it so far. So that's number 27. So I'm going to enjoy it. Here's Stillwater, number 8. I picked this one up. Like I said, I started it and I got 1 through 8 now. And another guy mentioned it on his channel. So I said, you know what, let me go back and pick them up. And I found them all. And I found some at Half Price Books and I found some at Packrat and other stores. And I pieced them all together, so I'm going to enjoy reading this. So I just got to read it. But here's the artwork in there. But different. It seems it's a different story. This one, I'm loving it. This is number 2. Time Before Time. This is number 2. And I always thought, like, what would you do if you could go back in time and talk to yourself? Or if one of the stipulations were you couldn't talk to yourself, you had to talk to somebody else. Maybe other than yourself, maybe around yourself. Imagine that one. You go back in time, but you can't meet yourself. You got to talk to somebody else. Maybe help that person. Hey, get to this person and tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, whatever. Or, like I was joking about it before, tell them to buy 10 copies of Batman Adventures number 12 with the first appearance of Harley. Or get 20 copies of Deadpool, or not Deadpool, but New Mutants number 98 or 87. Or buy 10 copies of, in the preview section, of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Be cool. Or any Grail book, and depending on what you could go back or something like that, would be cool. Kind of like when you see Back to the Future, he does things, he tells himself to do stuff, and Biff becomes rich, or Marty changes different things, and his life's better as he gets older, or something like that. So I guess in some areas, some things he's still the one struggling with. But this is cool. This is Venom number 35. I grabbed this cover because I just thought it was so neat, so clean, so crazy wild looking. I like Ryan Stegman's artwork, but I like this one better than the one with him sitting in the throne with this red sword. I just thought that was cooler. And it looks like it's a mouth and everything, and the webbing behind him and stuff. That's just cool. But here I noticed there's a lot of different artwork in here. Like, look at that. That is cool. And just thinking about it, when I see that, what do you think about Extreme Carnage? I saw the cover, and it's got what's his name? Oh, what's his name? But it's got Anti-Venom, whatever, and him standing there with the guns, and it has Scream underneath him, like doing her stuff. And it's absolute carnage. I think, what's that going to be like? I'm like, wow. So here's my last new book, Walking Dead Deluxe, number 17. Always get the Dave Finch covers. I like Arthur Adams covers too, but I was like, I had to pick one. I said, I'll grab this one. And these are like, they did reprints of the original covers on them too, and they did something different, maybe colored them differently. But it's really... It looks so different when you see it in color. So that's that. I'm getting these mostly for Janice. She loves Walking Dead, but I want to read them myself. And I'm thinking, I wonder if they're going to do a big book of it all in color, or they're going to do like because if you've seen some of the Walking Dead books, they got the Walking Dead magazine size, deluxe ones, hardcovers. Then they got the big thick ones. Then they made some little smaller ones. Then they made the trade paperback ones. And I'm like, which ones do you get? Because some of them have different sizes. Some of them have different books in them. Some of them have 10 books in them. Some of them have 6 books in them. What do you get? So I bought Janet all the ones, the real big thick ones. They're like about this size, but they're like thick as that. Like they got like 20 of them, 20 books in them. But I bought all those. But that's all the new books I got, and I showed you some of the other ones. I'm going to do another video to show you some of the other stuff I got. But let me show you these before I run out of time, because I showed it on the video. These are all the bears that I bought from Half Price Books one day, and these I got 2 of these. 2 of these Glory books, bears. And I'm thinking, are you serious? Check out the prices of these. These were $3.99 each, but go on eBay and check out the prices. I was amazed. And then I got 2 of these. Look at that. Aaron the bear with the clover on there. And I got 1 of these, Britannia, and 1 of these, Maple. And I couldn't believe how much they're going for. But I don't know if like I said, you can get the money for them, maybe, or not. But I just thought they were really cool. But that's all I have. Let me know what you think. Tell me different books that you're collecting and everything like that. And I'll do another haul video to show you some of the stuff I got from half price books, because I got a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, wow. So it's just, I found a lot of cool stuff. But that's what happens at half price books. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support. And you guys have a great day. And Collector Dude is out.